This is a crochet tutorial for the Griddle stitch headband. This is based on a design by Sarah Zimmerman. I am using super chunky wool in merino and a 9mm crochet hook. All the crochet terms in this tutorial are in US terms. I think this is a very good example of a beginner's project for two reasons. The first one is that all the stitches used are basic crochet stitches. The second is that since we are using super chunky yarn, you can make up this project pretty quickly. To make the correct size of your headband, you need to make a gauge swatch. I have a video that I've previously made and I've linked this in the description. Essentially, what you need to do is you need to make a number of gauge swatches using different sizes of crochet hooks. And once you have done this, you can determine which crochet hook is the proper one so that you can make the correct size for your project. To make one gauge swatch for the Griddle stitch headband, you need to make 8 stitches of the pattern and 8 rows of this. So what this means is the pattern calls for a single crochet for the first stitch and a double crochet following this single crochet. So what you probably need to do is you need to chain 8 and then add another chain as a turning chain. So you need 9 chains, and then the first stitch is single crochet followed by a double crochet, single crochet and double crochet. So you do this 4 times to make up 8 stitches. So let's start with the pattern. After you make a slip knot, chain 11. From the second chain from the hook, single crochet, followed by a double crochet, followed by single crochet and a double crochet. You repeat this up to the end of the row. Turn your work, single crochet right away, double crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in the next stitch. Repeat this pattern up to the end of the row. So it is a fairly simple pattern. So keep making rows of alternating single and double crochet up to the point where you reach a length approximately equal to the circumference that you need for your headband. As a rule of thumb, you need to reduce this length by about 2 inches or 5 centimeters because your yarn will stretch. So for example, here I have about 46.5 centimeters for the blue headband. If I add 5 centimeters for that, that would be the circumference of the head that it will fit on. You can alter the pattern so that you can make an infinity scarf. All you have to do is increase the number of rows and possibly even the number of stitches per every row. So we have this single infinity scarf, and then we have this double infinity scarf. So here in my sample, I've made a mini version of this just to show you how to finish this project. I have two ways to close this. First way is to do slip stitch. Start off with the chain 1, insert your hook on one end, right like this, and then match it up with the other end and then slip stitch. Make sure you line up the stitches on both the beginning and the end of your headband, and you simply slip stitch. I highly recommend that you keep your slip stitches fairly loosely so you don't have you don't end up with a puckered project. Another way to close this project is to get a yarn needle and to sew the ends like this, so you match up all the stitches. I prefer this second way of closing the headband mainly because you end up with less thick finish in this part of your headband. And then make sure that you weave in the ends and then cut any loose yarn. There you have it. This is the Griddle stitch headband. See you in the next video.